This is Unity Broadcasting Online Television, connecting voices. This is Unity Broadcasting Online Television, connecting voices.
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. TV don't come. For developments now we come to unify, sensitize, and inform we all. For developments now we nation salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. For developments now we come to unify, sensitize, and inform we all. For developments now we nation salon. We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform. Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey are so for talk, but wetin dey happen? Political discussion.
You for know about salon politics.
Religious messages, entertainment self no go left bien.
We no go left nothing bien no. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. For developments now we come to unify, sensitize, and inform we all. For developments now we nation salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. For developments now we come to unify, sensitize, and inform we all. For developments now we nation salon.
This not the team them where we dey talk about
Sierra Leone political history,
defeating the lives of fake people.
Waiting they be na social media.
One-on-one interview, we go bring you all the hot topics.
Unity Broadcasting TV say, and we let peace and better salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. For developments now we come to unify.
All right, today is Friday, October 3rd, 2025. Good morning, and that's how we welcome you inside this edition of the program, Unity Morning Show, where they come to you live from Unity Broadcasting Online Television, and we all attend the broadcast from we broadcasting hosts, now 48 Sheka Steven Street. Remember, say this program they reach you from Monday to Friday, 7:30 in the morning. And we will bring this program to you this morning. And name Yusuf Mosiri Suma.
And me, na Elizabeth Kefue Gembe. So, Suma, quick one. Mm-hmm. How the weather been there today, Widika?
You know, Englishman and what would then say the weather was so inclement. We mean say the weather was so cold, wet, you know. More for we they come at this part of Freetown, you know, be really, really easy for we. But we manage up, you know, we've signed up for this job and we get passion for journalism. We want to make sure say we always give information to we people and we the watch we. So there is no option. We come under the rain and come and say we need for can do the work.
So what's in your advice to the one that way they drive and the one that the pedestrians the way they walk on the streets?
Let me start with the pedestrians. Pedestrians, people who they use the road, especially the one who know they're on bike, know they inside motor car, know they drive. Please careful with the worker. That's not the only advice I can get for you. Another thing again, Lizzie, you go find out say the roads them not okay. You know. So when we with the car with a colleague, you go find out say one motor car be the front of we along the Kisi Road. Some kind hold there and stuff. I don't know whether SLRSA or SLRTCA, whether they are concerned about that one. But it really, really serious. It's all by His grace we make we be able to say for navigate way through from that particular holiday. But it really, really serious. And we want for let people and take them time. We they drive, we they ride your bike, we they ride even if in a bicycle. You go for taking time how they use the road this rainy season. And mind you, not drive, you get smooth tires. A risk for your life and the passengers' their life.
Well, from good at the world, that's una also waking puts them wreck motorcars then at the streets. Una also need for ticker because a lot of accidents and they happen and most of the reason why that they happen then wreck motorcar then bikes then and overcrowding of places. Well, Sierra Leone and the world that everybody be cautious. It's raining out there, though it don't slow down, but be careful while driving and also while walking on the streets. We'll be right back. We'll take a quick commercial break.
Maxit, now the one app where you need for buy top up, buy data, and so many other transactions. Make your life easy. It's safe and secure. And guess what? It will work all sign as salon. Get the Maxit app today. If you use Android, it in a Google Play Store. If you use iPhone, it in at the App Store. Get them now. Are you ready now? Let's go.
Orange.
Ramzo J on the beat.
Watana life. Grafting watana he make a talk say. Watana life. 60% of human are water, so watana life. Grafting for we, grafting for you and me. Watana life. You are tight, good grafting. Now talk about purity, drink like when you talk. Grafting. I get your body, drink like what you more. Grafting. Feel the spark in every sip you take. Grafting. You are tight, good.
Mama, gas water.
Oh yeah. Grafting. I want to talk about grafting, not the time for talk about Gucci's and Pradas and Dior. Grafting don't come back for we, and you know say the water is clean and it pure. So take one to tick and sip palm. Buy bundle, go home and keep palm. You want drink, you know see grafting at the label. Not drink come. Them mommy then say grafting. All them papa then say grafting. Young boy and young girl at street and a club, any side where you dey grafting. Watana life. Grafting watana he make a talk say. Watana life. 60% of human are water, so watana life. Grafting for we, grafting for you and me. Watana life. You are tight, good grafting. Now talk about purity, drink like when you talk. Grafting. I get your body, drink like what you more. Grafting. Feel the spark in every sip you take. Grafting. You are tight, good.
Gas water.
Ramzo J on the beat.
Good morning once more. Welcome. You still watch Unity Morning Show. We come to you from Unity Broadcasting Online Television. And we attend the broadcast from we broadcasting host na 48 Siaka Stephen Street inside Freetown. Well, inside this edition of the program, don't forget to take part in the program too with social media handles them. And so we send you text message through we text message line 076 974 978. I think I got that one very correct. Inside the studio this morning, we want to welcome Dr. Victor Moinina, a lecturer in IPAM. They were in the studio this morning. And for UAGs, the January, we want to discuss around the role we opposition party then gets for all governments accountable. Dr. It's a pleasure. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Unity Broadcasting, and good morning, Sierra Leone.
All right, we're glad to forget you in the studio this morning. Like you already the topic. And also, Fambul, you were the watch we hope for gets on the line Abdul Karim Kamara, where plenty people they call Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara Esquire, in a member of the APC media team, inside Hope for Journey Online. We should have got him in the studio this morning, but today all the way out of return. So we're going to get online this morning for talk we through the role as opposition party inside the program this morning.
All right, Fambuden, you were the watch we. When I share the program, my name is Elizabeth Kefwe Gembe. As Suma don't say, the topic they discuss, the role of the opposition, how then the whole government accountable. We go forget in the studio the NDA chairman, Sheriff Barry, where he go join we shortly. He just called. He said they run a little bit late. And we studio guests currently with Dr. Moinina. Dr. Moinina, welcome again.
Thank you very much, madam.
All right. We go forget Abdul Esquire, AKK on the line. They are currently in Abo, but we go call on the Zoom line where he go join we shortly. So, Dr. Moinina, how as una civil society don dey hold dis government accountable for things dem wey dem dey do, things dem wey dem bin don dey do, and wetin na some of the areas dem wey una don really push dem for make dem do better for the nation?
So thank you very much. First things first, I want for correct to a lot of people. I've been all of the civil society for a very long time.
Okay.
Now I do in academia because I lecture, and I also do into consultancy and research. For far too long, we don't see the government of the day just can do within them feel say it correct. And most time when you look at within the executive they do, it kind of contradicts within actually for being in terms of governance. I can take for instance, where we get President Julius Maada being in opposition. I remember where we get our Bintumani presentation of manifesto. Most of the things that we cry the government for of that day, in a new one now. So I kind of beg the question that waiting change. If you will be vocal at that point in time, you will talk, say this and this not correct, this and this not correct. Now you're in governance. Waiting not make that change and that transition, they follow you know able for talk. So now that makes some of we they come out explain and point out that hey, Mr. President, hey, the executive, hey, the judiciary, hey, the legislative, A, B, and C wrong. And for let we correct her, we need to do a lot of things that we right. At the end of the day, now one great salute we all get, whether you are opposition, whether you are ruling, we all the part of the system. And the system, I can always talk and say, I'm Waterman make the system, not to the system make Waterman. So at the end of the day, we need to ask the government what is going wrong, what is going right, and how we will for amend the situation. I'll tell you for a fact at the moment, the situation at the country is not sweet. And we all are Sierra Leoneans, we all suffer. Whether you're in opposition, whether you're in ruling, where the government's not work well, we all see the consequences of them.
Well, as a lecturer where they do governance or where they lecture governance, wetin are your impression about the opposition holding this dispensation accountable?
Actually, that is supposed to be their role. When you talk about opposition, it don't mean you criticize everything. We got what we call constructive criticism. I can give an instance. A few days ago, I was on 98.1 and I talk about the excessive spending of the president. And where I make that mention, I prefer solution. I say, instead of with a charter flight, why can't we get one? So that it would be in the name of the country. At the end of the day, you know, say, like how we get this new flight we can
Air Sierra Leone.
Air Sierra Leone. If we get something like that for the executive, I think say it will cushion a lot of expenses. Because and I'll go through some of the comments and one person say, even me not certain. I know the cost of all of these things. But in order to be place for actually talk about that directly on air without producing evidence. You know, we get the cyber law, we get all lengths in there, so we will come up. If I come again call figures, then they say, but when the documents we get to the effect, I can be arrested. So let me look at how best we can transition from that, oh, naturally don't use for B, to how we feel, say, the country is supposed to run. At the moment, opposition, they provide very little, say, in most of the national affairs of Sierra Leone. Now, only a few people are like we and some other voices, they actually point out to the government that A, B, and C is wrong. Let's see how best we could change it or make them better. And they expect the opposition for doing not to for criticize everything, but for look at how best we can for make amends. There are places where if you see say there's a solution, you have it. You can provide solutions. And then I believe say we all will work for the betterment of the country.
But you feel say something where the opposition for do now or something where then for really embark on?
Then for we they do and not to now safe. From where we get the change of government in 2018, they're supposed for that. Now it's not late. We still get 2 years, some months to election. We can still hold them accountable for a few of the things. And one thing where I don't notice as a pattern, it's like where we dey in opposition, as long as we get waiting with the survival, as the ordinary people like you say, the way them water issues. As long as we own part of the bread and butter issues they be played, we not actually the see Alexinas until we for vocal about. But you don't need for be something where you go always come out and talk about. It for be different issues then. I can give you an instance for now. We get a whole lot of problems with regards to education. We get a whole lot of problems with regards to water supply. We get a whole lot of problems with regards to healthcare. What is the opposition doing about it? Some of them, they come out for bring solutions scam. I can remember Jagaban, when we talk about this ferry issue. Of course, we all know how that transportation issue, they're very important. For people that really do business from Lungi, they come free talk every day. Then they stay. Sometimes the ferry now one way ferry they run. Sometimes the ferry now way infield for one night they run. And mind you, for common Lungi come by road, for past two put local, it will take you nothing less than 2 to 3 hours. Almost markets people and go for do that day for the day. But the ferry can provide 30, 40 minutes, sometimes an hour, you are in town. So let me look at how best we can do these things and get them up and running. He not just talk about the problem, he also bring solution come. Say in the car with ferry, where we not see it too. We still the wait, we hope say the ferry will come. For there we will forget that transport issue is solved. That is a vibrant opposition coming up with solution. When the government say, then say we begin to say, no, let us solve this thing and let's see how best that could be better. We talk about the transportation, the buses. We begin work fine. We be the run. We now World Bank funded project, by the way. Not to government's money. Now World Bank give you the money. The bus there almost they run right now, we don't even know. Because we not even see the buses themselves around. I feel we they see they apply the routes of Freetown. So what happens to that? And even the routes where they apply, not all money that they routes and they follow the routes itself. So there's a lot of work to be done by the opposition.
All right, Sierra Leoneans, the views of we studio guests remain their views. And for fairness, we reach out to the ruling government. Unfortunately, we not get answer for let them self come and discuss this. So shortly after we, in a little bit, we will get another studio guest when an opposition member, we himself go come and talk to this. The views remain their views, not the views of Unity Broadcasting.
Maxit, now the one app where you need for buy top up, buy data, and so many other transactions. Make your life easy. It's safe and secure. And guess what? It will work all sign as alone. Get the Maxit app today. If you use Android, it in a Google Play Store. If you use iPhone, it in at the App Store. Get them now. Are you ready now? Let's go.
Orange.
Maxit, now the one app where you need for buy top up, buy data, and so many other transactions. Make your life easy. It's safe and secure. And guess what? It will work all sign as alone. Get the Maxit app today. If you use Android, it in a Google Play Store. If you use iPhone, it in at the App Store. Get them now. Are you ready now? Let's go.
Ramza J on the beat.
Watana life. Grafty watana he make a talk say. Watana life. 60% of human are water, so watana life. Grafty for we, grafty for you and me. Watana life. You are tight, good grafting. Now talk about purity, think like when you.
All right, Sierra Leoneans, so now welcome back. Currently, we get now the studio another guest, Mr. Sheriff Barry. We go introduce himself and we go continue the conversation. We get some difficult with AKK for making join the phone line via Zoom, but however, we go try as best as possible or make we call on a direct line where himself go get invoice to this. Like I say, disclaimer to this, we reach out to the ruling government. Unfortunately, we not get no answer for somebody we go come and represent them into the claim stand or the thing stand where we studio guests in the say.
All right, continue for sending your view or comments on things that we discuss inside the program this morning. Like Lizzie say, we just welcome at the studio, Sheriff Barry, we in the chairman for the Third Force Party, as in always on the talk, we're in the National Democratic Alliance, so we can say NDA. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the program, sir.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning to viewers and listeners, and I want to tell you thank you.
All right, so today we will talk around the role where UNA gets as opposition party for all governments accountable. We also hope for get APC on the line. For unfortunately, unable to join us because he did down country. Then we come to the role of the opposition, specifically NDA. You go agree with people they talk say the NDA not be so active in holding this current government, matter being in government, accountable. You go agree with them people in there?
No, I no go agree with whosoever come up with such a perception for say NDA no hold the SLPP accountable. Since the formation of NDA, every government in power, we don't hold them accountable. We dey talk and we dey profile solution towards the governance of this country. Because now one of the reasons and then the way they form political party, if you go to section 35 of the constitution of this country, it clearly states the reasons why they form political party, now for shape the political minds, economic, social, and minds of the people of this country. These are the primary function of and every political party in this country. It is not true for say we not hold and the SLPP accountable. We don't hold the APC accountable. Likewise, the SLPP. We they do with due diligence. We they critique them where critique is due. We they also profile solution towards the development of this country. Because one single party no go rule this country without the opposition. The opposition are a government in waiting, now an alternative government, now a government where in other countries, in fact, they call them the shadow and government or the kitchen cabinet. So we don't, ever since they talk about the people of this country and one thing with the whole government officials and government institutions accountable for the governance of this country. Because by so doing, one, we they bring trust between the government and the people. And second, we they ensure say there is transparency in the governance system of the country. So the opposition is very, very instrumental towards the growth, towards the governance of any country.
When we talk around accountability, it sounds we talk also about the integrity, because when you value integrity, then you go say, oh, let me serve accountably as a government. Which area specifically you party when at the National Democratic Alliance don't they critique or call on this government to be accountable on?
I think this government, whether it is APC or SLPP, in fact, they get much for do. In every facet of this country, there is a problem. You take the labor force, there is a problem. You come to the economy of this country, there is a problem. You come to the law and order in terms of getting an independent judiciary or the functions of parliament. In every aspect, we the whole land accountable. For instance, we in the NDA, ideology is nations first since the formation of the NDA in 1995 to 1996. We believe, say, there is no way, like quoting former president of America talk, I think Theodore Roosevelt, he say, we no go make this country and without collectiveness, without we all coming together. Now we all will come make this country. So we believe in that not one person go able to fix up this country. Now we all fix up this country. And according to what I say, patriotism means to stand with the country. It doesn't mean to stand with the president. So we believe, say, as patriots, we stand with the country, not with one president. So, and here we don't try very hard. And even if you talk on the economic taxation, we believe, say, the GST where them bring the 15% was too high as a starting point for this country. We believe in the NDSA when we take governance, definitely we will watch into this system, these taxes, where they really kill the investors in this country. We even, when you go on a bank, the bank loan, the percentage is about 30 to 28%. We get for watch into that. So we don't discuss, go center around issues. You know, we center around petty things like when they talk of moribund, you talk of water, electricity since 1961, where we get independent. Every government in and out will talk about water. Now we they change the narratives. We want to talk about the economy. How we could bring down this 15% to a better percentage, like 8% GST. We want to talk about housing. Because if you don't address the issue of the housing, it affects even corruption. Now just imagine somebody is paid 1 million loans per month. In 12 months, it's 12 million. Why is house rent for 2 single bedroom, it'll go to 80,000, 70,000, 90,000. So who say the person they pull the other remaining money, pass a dig hands into the cover of the money of the country. So we in the NDA, we have to address housing issue. Because if you want to fight corruption, you go for watch into that. We even go for watch too much power for the executive. In the Mosul, the judiciary, in the Mosul, the legislature, in the Mosul, every aspect. So we go for watch at those narratives, not only about light and water or good roads, but we go for watch at those areas where it go very, very beneficial. The average Sierra Leonean, you come to the local content, the average Sierra Leonean not get money, he not get resources. All this money that this country will they talk of, it in the hands of foreign nationals.
So, not only the, sorry sir, not only the, all of what you explain now is about waiting unaga for do as a political party if una come into power. We are talking about the present government for critiques and only government, the current government accountable of things the way then they do. You don't talk a whole lot of different facets. You think say this government don't be accountable to the people of this country?
The government need to do much in terms of accountability of this country.
Is the government accountable or not, sir?
The government need to do much for accountable to the people of this country.
But do you see them that
now,
do you feel like they are accountable as an opposition? Do you feel like they are accountable?
To me, I believe say the government need to do much in terms of accountability to this country. Because when you talk of accountability, the people will elect you for know how governance they take place, how you they raise money, how you they spend money, and you go for make a jaran let the people they know. So this government and in the areas of even the traveling of the president, the people of this country are left in the dark. They don't know how much the president they spend in terms of traveling. Because if they talk of accountability, it's about transparency. All the people they know what thing they happen. So you can't talk in the area of the judiciary also. Government, you will see the brouhaha where they occurred between and the audit service commissioner, is that the name? Taylor Pierce. How they remove them. These people, be transparent to the people because the law states that before you the suspender, you for don't set up a commission. When the commission sit down, now they will make a recommendation for suspension till it go to an impeachment in parliament. So these are the areas where they talk of accountability. Simply means the government for be transparent. Government can read the records to the people of this country so that the people themselves will get an informed idea how governance they work out. So in that light, if you want to ask me that question, I would say government need for do much in that area.
Sheriff, you still try for answer the question, but the question here is, do you feel like this government is accountable? It's a yes or no, please.
Well, you know, we politicians, we no go answer yes or no. We believe, say, we get for elaborate when you ask we question. And in terms of percentage, for put on short, in terms of percentage, okay, I will say it is 60-40. 60% government not accountable to the people. Okay. 40% in areas where they feel, say, they are comfortable, then they will be accountable to the people.
Madam President, I want to make some interjections.
Sure, that's exactly. I want to come to
So basically, I listened to my colleague in the studio, and I noticed we talk more on the macroeconomic aspect of the governance.
All right.
Let me look at the micro side and first. The light show they talk about, the electricity, the education. These are the basic fundamentals of human existence. If you're a motorman, you need access to light, especially in this 21st century, where everything about life, it's on internet, it's on the television, it's on social media. How are you going to access these things if you don't have the light, if you don't have data for even going to these things? Where they share the link to most of the people, and some managers I don't even get data for watch. Now you ask the question, how do we now solve issues like this? So sometimes, before we go to the macro one cent, let's look at the micro one cent first. Now, if I look at the percentage where it give 60-40, for me, I think it's not first unfair. Government gets a lot of work for do for even reach that 40% day for me, they don't reach it. Let's say, for instance, where we talk about issues in this country, when you are in opposition, you see all the errors. It just starts like footballer. Where you put on a bench, before you can inside, you see all the errors. As you put her inside, so pass the coach go to tell and say, go so. In that context, now we the people that are the coach. When they tell the government, say this and this and this is going wrong, this and this and this should be corrected. I take the instance of the cleanliness of Freetown. I remember say where President Julius Maada Bio came in 2018, they were spending billions of leons on cleaning exercises on Saturday. They will clean on Saturday. On Monday morning, you see the dirty pass ID. Go around the Eastern Police. You go see say where they don't clean and then they take the dirty in the campus and the states, hoping that the vehicle they can pass for clear them. But it not be the so. And waiting will happen. Some certain individuals then they begin role for play with regards to that. They were not doing their job. Were they sacked? I don't know. But waiting happened to the cleaning Saturday where we abolish them, it's still a thing of the past. We don't hear anything about it again. But yet, we've spent a lot of resources on that area. Now we also come to the health infrastructure, right? Go down here to Connaught Hospital. You see, say the building, they don't refurbish them, eh? It looks nice, it looks beautiful. You will say, I'm fine. Go there, do you still have access to drugs? A few days ago, I talked with somebody, we come up from America, they can open hospital, Nalunge, state of the art, everything was there. Very functional and everything. What's happened? You don't get the resources for even continuing. Because you say one free. I said, there is nowhere in the world where I don't see healthcare when I'm free. Because at the end of the day, you get for pay staff. You get for buying new drugs then. That one day they won out. So what happens is that, he said, in field, say government, they can take over. I said, government will just take over. This was a private investment. At the end of the day, if you market them well, people can come. You can run them like a business. People pay, then you continue for the business. I get one classical example. Troita Memorial Hospital. It's supposed to be a memorial hospital where they serve people. But in Sierra Leone, it's one of the most expensive. And when you go there, if you are not careful, sometimes you go there with some ailments, you leave the place, you are more sick than the way you get inside it. So what happens there is that they prioritize it, then say for pay staff. they have to run it well. So if they talk about and the sad thing where I don't see all this underlying factor, when our executive members are sick, the president, the first lady, the ministers, how many of them go to these public hospitals? Is it that they don't trust our healthcare? But then we prefer they go overseas, go take treatments there. They will tell you we don't have specialists, but every year we graduate hundreds and thousands of graduates there from the various fields of studies, including the medical field. Are they going there? Now, Salon, you go see a medical doctor who would criticize. You pull an African on a Western world, he will do excellently well. Is it because of the infrastructure is there? So if we talk about infrastructure in other countries, why can't we replicate them here? Instead, we first for replicate other things. Look at the PI system where we use at the moment. The PI system makes sure that the small party, they all not going to parliament, except the APC and the SLPP. Do we have another voice in the parliament? Before now that making one of the programs I talk and say, the only vibrant opposition was seen as alone was in 2007, where even the president then, or 2002 rather, where even the president we came in 2007, Ernest Bai Koroma, was a member of parliament. We begat a good mix of other parties. They were there. But what happens to this one now? Is it that we are bringing a system where they favor only the two big guns, the SLPP, the APC? These are the things we should be talking about. Some of these promises where we actually look at for the macro side, it's possible for what we do. But let's start first with the small. You know go left for treat the small wound. You go first the big wound. When that small wound and get potential for kill you. Because sometimes when you don't address it, it leads to cancer. And with cancer in our society, come on, we can't even solve that problem.
All right, you're right, Dr. Mani. Now, let me see how we can reach out to Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara Esquire, when a member of the main opposition party media team. We the see how best we can get him on the line this morning for joining for giving your own take as member of the opposition APC party. How themselves done the fight so hard for all government accountable. Continue for dropping your comments in all we social media handles them. We will surely get them for reading comments and the program na Unity Morning Show. You can see live from Unity Broadcasting Online Television, and we will bring this program to you. I name Yusuf Monsieur Suma, and I get Elizabeth Kefwe Gembe. We two studio guests them this morning, na Dr. Monina and Alhaji Sharif. We come up from NDA political party. We go on the line this morning. Forget Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara Esquire. Abdul Karim Kamara Esquire, like I say, na the member of the APC media team. Himself one for give your own take as to how then, as opposition party, don't hold these governments accountable until them where they're supposed to do. Good morning, Barrister AKK, and welcome to the program Unity Morning Show.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
We are fine. We go one for you talk a little bit louder, so we studio guests them will get you, and as well we viewers them where they watch the program will get you clear. So we discuss around the role of the opposition party them as to waiting exactly now on a role they play for all this current government accountable about seeing them or the way how they run the day-to-day affairs of the state. As a member of the media team for the main opposition APC party, what has been the key role of una party for all Madabio in government accountable?
Firstly, I want to extend my apologies for unable to do my studio in person. Hello?
Carry on, sir. Will they get you?
Yes, me sincere apology that the invite comes very late and I don't travel at the other provinces on other political assignments. But however, straight to the question posed or the topic we discussed. One of the fundamental reasons or duties or functions of an opposition in a working democracy now for be an alternative voice. A voice where the critique where necessary, and a voice where the complement where necessary. So, in other words, I am saying the opposition now like an auxiliary where they help the government to make it perform very well. So in civilized world, the opposition are like equally somebody where they help government to make them achieve their aims and objectives. Most especially with them, we don't propose now the manifesto. So the opposition, they prepare or they perform that critical checks and balances objectively and puts the country first. And that's exactly what the APC does. So what we do, we try for make sure to hold the current government accountable, remind them of the promises them, will them be made to Sierra Leoneans. Indeed, the APC be worse off. The APC be get a bloated cabinet. The APC rest for bag was 250,000. When they come, then they make them lower than that. The APC left minimum wage at 600,000. Where then come, then they improve on that and make sure that everybody lives satisfactorily. Then say we then come, then they make sure that every teacher we don't teach for over 10 to 15 years and people will get free tuition and then we'll take care of them from kindergarten to university. So all these lofty promises the other government we don't make, we as an opposition do now, for remind them of these promises. That this is where the good things you promise the people of this country. But also this point, you're not doing it. You have to do that constructively, and that's what you have been doing. And equally for coming government into areas where they do way significantly important and way meaningful, i.e., when government says that they can't do this 13 years census, you see the APC will come in full-fledged. Okay, indeed, will not be support the 2021 census because it will not be provided for by law and unconstitutional, like novelty, and if we attempt for DUAM, we will not get the capacity for DUAM. So therefore, with the advice, we will not do this 2021 census, we will not produce the required results. Except if you not listen, then go ahead. And we see the aftermath. International communities and all development partners condemn that act. And even today, the data with them pull, no institution that they rely on now because the data is faulty. So that's exactly what an opposition does, and that is what we've been doing. So for what will they do? Indeed, it resonates with the topic. For hold government accountable, provide the necessary checks and balances, complement them where necessary. But the unfortunate side of it is that this current government don't feel a bit malice. This government doesn't listen. This government does not owe these people anything. They feel like doing anything at any point in time. They just choose to do something and they do them without recourse to the people of this country. They think they run this country on their own accord. The voices of the people and then matter. Because listen, wait a second. We communicate to the government. They will now wait a second. Please, we are not do this midterm census. They're not listening. We communicate to government, say, now we want a first past the post, which is the best system of government where they work for Sierra Leone. Because don't forget again, for every system of government, you don't forget exactly a situation wherein you use them where they produce the required results. PR system, they work in systems wherein you have people who get the love of the country, the fear of God, and we believe that everybody matters. But when you left the PR system in the hands of Rome, you will realize that the principle itself will not work. And this is a test case in Sierra Leone. Don't forget, prior to this time, the crusade about the PR system was that it allowed smaller parties to be represented in parliament. These things they say it will make sure, say, with a make sure that this dependence of politicians on the political godfather, they cut off. And so therefore we make people accountable A, B, and Z when we count the PR system. With the introduction of the PR system, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. We see and now. The lesser parties that will be there at Parliament in 2018, when we can now in 2023, you not see the again. You don't see NGC. You don't see for still again. So this is telling you that this system does not work. So therefore, it doesn't mean what works in Kenya will work in Sierra Leone. These are two different countries, two different people, two different culture, lifestyle different, and the personalities are different. So we are saying, let's not use what is working for us. But the SFPP doesn't listen. They are not a listening government. We compliment them, yes. They don't go Union General Assembly. We don't win the MTC Compact on Energy. Except if you are not a well-minister, you don't go celebrate that. We as an opposition celebrate that success. But however, we equally provide the necessary oversight for make sure that this money, when it comes, and they use that appropriately and judiciously, and it will reflect exactly the intent and purposes. In an attempt to not do so, we raise the red flag. But one thing I will say hesitantly is that the current SFPP doesn't listen. Recently, they don't say that they proposed a restriction. We all know the importance of the Local Government Act 2022. And make it clear abundantly say at section 2, say if you want to do a redistricting, you therefore listen to the opinion of very senior people in governance, i.e., the Electoral Commissioner, data from Statistics Sierra Leone, and equally the Minister of Finance. But these expert opinions are all not in readiness, but they don't jump a step further. So then there is district already. So what is exactly you guys are doing that is provided for in law? Because if you want to do a redistricting, the Minister of Finance therefore inform government whether there is enough funds for that. The Electoral Commissioner for inform government the need why we need for redistrict. And equally, such must be informed by data from Statistics Sierra Leone. We have a situation wherein they say, Kenema populated past Freetown, but Kenema, they know the district Kenema. They know divide Kenema into 3 local councils. So now Freetown will less populated than Kenema according to their midterm census of 2021. So who is pulling this? So for say, if the government of the SFPP is accountable, the answer is no. Instantly no. They don't listen. They are not accountable. In fact, they don't even want institutions to hold them accountable. That is clearly evident in the issue of Lara Affairs and Samba Momo. These people provide themselves with people where they answer yes to them. See the current Auditor General's report, authored by the current force where they unpick and put the. What was said about the office of the first lady? Look at what said. What was said about the office of the president? In fact, those areas are no-go areas. These are the areas where narrative of their venture into, where things have been whisked from government.
AKK, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, so AKK, the question where I want to ask you, because we other 2 studio guests in the studio. The question what I want to ask you is, all them things here where they say as pointers, when last una engage the opposition, the ruling government constructively, and waiting at some of the results there will come out of this engagement?
Okay, firstly, for this government does not engage. The appointment of the current acting ETSL board.
No, AKK, not them engaging.
Listen,
when last as an opposition, the All People's Congress, una engage the government.
That is why I am saying this government does not engage. Does not even want an engagement. They don't provide. They don't provoke engagement. We don't tell and say the appointment of Edmund Alpha is not called for. It's not appropriate. They didn't listen. The appointment of the Eastern Region Commissioner, they did not communicate to us. They did not consult political parties. So even when we act and say we need engagement, we need collaboration, we need an extensive dialogue, let us sit on the table, let us agree to disagree. They don't do it. They don't go ahead and appoint 2 commissioners. The commissioner for Eastern Region, they never do it in consultation with political parties. They don't appoint the current acting ETSL boss. They never engage with the main opposition. So I'm saying every attempt of us to engage this government don't prove futile. They don't engage. They are not accountable to the people in the lead. They don't even want a dissenting view. They don't want it.
So, AKK, what is the way forward to? What is the way forward to this currently when they don't engage at all as a government?
Very correct. The way forward to this is now you guys, Unity TV, be an alternative voice. Join the opposition government in waiting. Join the opposition party. Let us give this critique, this objective view. Let us be very, very objective and put Sierra Leone first. And not to sit politicians in your studios to allow them to be misleading Sierra Leoneans even when we know it is blatantly wrong. Let us ask them the painful questions. Let us focus into issues that are of national interest. But if we allow them to say, hey, them and they would afraid for all of Queen said. That's also why in the exact words of Lansana Doumbouya, the Secretary of the APC, and for which I repeat again here, it's a Panama road look small for we. But this time around, they're not going to do what they do again. And that is why you see yesterday, Presta, we don't make abundantly clear that the extension of the PR system to the executive will resist it fiercely and ferociously. Hence, that is the decision of the majority of Sierra Leoneans.
All right.
So AKK,
Barrister, sorry for the interruption. Yes, exactly.
When the people of this country don't say that this we want, you as a government, you have no alternative but to listen to the people. And that's why the APC is not saying, this is what we are going to do. We are saying what the majority of Sierra Leoneans stand for. The APC is ready to support our.
All right, Barrister, sir, you talk around two things then. One, promises of current government. Are all those promises fulfilled by the current government?
Come again?
The promises where you talk about, say this current government make a whole lot of promises them for Sierra Leoneans them. Now that they're in governance, are those promises met? They really do them.
In fact, they have not even met a zero. In fact, it's 0.00%. Let me give you examples. The Lunge Bridge idea.
In the Lunge.
The teacher, they when they say, when they can, they put them in a university, then they give them opportunities. They don't think for over 10, 15 years, then they give them education from class 1 to university. Show me one teacher will not benefit from saying. Energy, when they say that they can't boost. The way you to know how they run to do right now. The cost one they incur. Prior to this time, Martin Bokari say, it's nothing about this one, so cool water. Tell me now if you take cool water na tree. So these are the issues. They say when they come, then they reduce the government's wage bill. They say Aneskoma appoint so many ministers. Go now and check how many ministries they don't create. President Biyo says Aneskoma be the travel too much. They don't hold record for saying the highest traveling president ever in the history of this world. Say, commodity. President Biyo say, where he can rest at be 250,000 for bars. Ask more than the terrorists now. So what is it that these people have done? That is why I pose the question back to you guys that are hosting us politicians here. It's not a matter of the opposition now talking. It's you guys, because this manifesto was made public to everybody. Take these people now head on. Now, when I be said this, why would I not do it? When I be said this, why would I not do it? When I be said this, why would I not do it? So these guys don't even want the sentence views.
All right.
Decide that law will then go past.
Okay. Just stay on the line.
Make them at least nip in the bud all the sentence views.
How I wish we get you now the studio, AKK. I know you want to say a whole lot. We hope for get you, but just stay online. Now we can to NDA. Always the boast of being the third force party na this country. Sheriff Ba, you know what AKK say from the main opposition party. First of all, you are agree saying a main opposition party?
Oh, well, yes, the main opposition party simply because then they na parliament. We na opposition, we the outside parliament.
Now the PR make una no go na parliament?
Well, the PR system, yes, the threshold was too high, 11.9%, when in fact we tell ECSLC if they not drop that percentage down, then they will end up forget only APC and SLPP in parliament.
All right. AKK talk around promises of this current government not fulfilled. in percentage we give to this government tell say the governments don't fail. What about you, we come up from the NDA party? All the promises we President Bio in party be they make, where them they can na power. Are those promises actually fulfilled?
You see, a great philosopher, George Santayana, say, those who did not learn from the past are doomed to repeat it, to repeat the history.
Meaning President Bio no learn from the past?
Seriously, on a very serious note, since 1961, when SLPP taking governance, to the days of APC, when they come in governance, none of the promises they not keep. That is the saddest thing. If the SLPP and the APC we don't keep to the promises, to the manifestos, definitely, like I say, when we contest election, Sierra Leone for don't be the Dubai of Africa. Now, because the APC and the SLPP not keep to their promises, now it make they like today, we day how we did so in this country. The promises is so sad when you see the APC and SLPP, they argue around prices. Rest at this point was 200,000. Now it did at this point, another point. It's so sad. We need to grow rest in this country. We need to manage and not to be the manage the world market. So why APC and SLPP always they bang their head on prices of commodities? Rest, if you take a 1961 when we get independent, was cheaper in 1961 than 1970. 1970 was cheaper than 1980. Take come now.
But Barry, you just make mention, say, people then they pay them 1,000. At the end of the day, then lights bill or their house rates rents na 80,000. Not a government in responsibility for provide the common goods for the normal people or the citizens the way they vote for them.
That's the responsibility of government.
But you just said
a social contract between the one the way they vote for government and government. One of the key areas why we elect government, why we need government, and for provide for we basic necessities. One, you talk of housing, you go talk of medication, you go talk of electricity, you go talk of good roads. But all these things, when are the necessity where we the elect government for, I'm very sorry to say, since 1961 to date, they have just woefully failed us.
But you just said APC and SLPP then they talk about prices. You not feel say the ordinary people need for hold them two party more accountable because they don't rule. Unfortunately, you're not able to go because of the threshold of the PR system. But the ordinary people where they watch you not feel say they need for hold then governments there or then dispensation here accountable. Because if APC then a power, rest is 60,000. SLPP then a power, rest go 100,000. APC can rest go 150. SLPP don't can rest don't go to this level. Not to the responsibility of the opposition and we the ordinary citizen also for all this government responsible than Putin say we they compare prices.
Thank you so much. Mark Twain, a philosopher, he say it's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. It is easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. In this light, the people of this country, Sierra Leone, strongly believe, say, the APC and SLPP don't really fool them that even if you can't tell them, say, the APC and SLPP not an alternative party for rule this country, they no go take am so. They no go believe you. So it is easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. The APC and SLP, I'm sorry, don't fool these people of this country for far too long. So you will come like in the NDA other political parties for tell us, hey, the APC and SLPP are moribund, not to this party, then to these two parties they go bring development in this country. In fact, if you go to history, since colonial days, APC and SLPP are the only political party in West Africa where they formed during colonial days, we're up to now in governance.
All right, Sheriff Barry, I want to come to Dr. Moina. Doctor, you do a whole lot of conversation from AKK on the line and Mr. Sheriff inside the studio. Yeah. So let's ask this, they also talk around promises not fulfilled. Mm-hmm. From the academic point of view, you know, somebody who study governance and you don't follow, and you know, that possibly be done the whole government accountable through civil society activism, those things what they do. Political parties not fulfilling their promises when they campaign, now then come into power. Does that sound like an accountability to the country?
No. Okay, let us just digress a bit. I listen to both AKK and the colleague at the studio. Now, the easy way to make we dey get failing prices in some of the commodities. We fail to accept, say, salon dey into agriculture. That plastas where you go buy, who say it come from? Na from upline, eh? Mm-hmm. That pepper where you buy, na from upline. So, the kind of agriculture we dey do na for subsistence and too much. Which I go forget, right? We need to do them on a larger scale, industrial scale, where we will feed the one whole country. In 2023, we promised was we carry the big 5 game changers, where agriculture is a top priority. As a matter of fact, we'll go back to 2018. We talk about the Tomahawk project. What to make the Tomahawk project fail? Now, because number one, we now look at the dynamics in which we operate. Now, if you say you want feed all man as alone, you get for first of all, no say we all get different taste. Alexa will bring countries, put on a market for sale. Not all man they buy them. Some man just get this preference, even adjust me, I don't use for it. So you get for make room for the one and the. I can give you a case study we actually use that day. Where Buhari come in governance in Nigeria, you know what he do? He make sure say he ban the importation of rice. And he empower the local farmers them for begin produce rice for the country. As we speak, most of the rice in Nigeria they eat now from waiting the farmers then they grow. So the government gets a whole lot of role for play with legislative. If you put and say this will happen, then try and want more. Then try for talk to the one. And if you look at the list of the people where they bring great scan at the country, now Lebanese and other nationals there. So you discuss with them say for the one. They're going to tell you say we need do one because end of the day we customer and tell us now this car rice we want for it. But who Sierra Leoneans there? You go now and different host there. They will tell you, I want Pusawai, I want this, I want that. Now, what's going to happen to William countries? And if you look at the nutritional value of William countries, it's higher than even the one in the way they come. Some of these rice products where they come, they are actually manufactured in factories. Then they use different content. I even understand one thing say, then they even use plastic for make some rice. I don't know if not true because I need to find out about that first. But yeah, but if this is the case, it means that automatically that is not organically produced. It means that laboratory tested and then use something for make them. So let we come back to the patterns of us Sierra Leoneans. Almost per way they actually go. I remember I said the former chief minister, he begin sell rice na Kenema from a farm where they produce. It didn't last for only 2 months. Why? Because this is rice where they don't use for it, that country rice. Well, you know, so where you go to a village, where they just harvest that country, then rest the book all side. Because all man the consumer. But then when you come out to Freetown, you know, say we patterns, they don't change. So if you want to regulate these things, there are laws, legislative where you put in place for anything that has to happen. You want to talk about local content production, Sierra Juice, where then starts for make them products them. If I understand farmers then they buy from. Even Salon Brewery, where them they produce that beer. Sorghum market was high. I could remember when I for come back in 2019, somebody would tell me, say, Doctor, why you not invest in sorghum? That we they buy a lot of sorghum products. What happened? The former Minister of Finance, J.J. Safar, he begins say Salon for compete with Heineken. That day alone, it killed the factory, the work. You find out say Salon products and then lost at the market. Why? Because all manner they go for imported products. And if you go for imported products, what will happen to the local farmers? They can't even produce that much. So if we want to actually address these issues, let's first of all go back to the drawing board, make it a legislative that local produce now for consumer. I they tell you, with farmers and then they produce per mile, then they go sell as far as Liberia border, then they go sell at Guinea. Then will tell you say then they get more money than Yasru. Most of it, the only thing that we they buy na market, na the local thing we like also will forget the pepper, the ogi, because they're not the import ogi cancer alone. Per mile, na Yasru we they make them. So, but if we look at all of the other products, even the Maggi products that we would buy, pass to buy Onga, pass to buy Jumbo Maggi. Where are these Maggis coming from? Out of the country. And I can always say this, any country where they import more than they export, you get problem.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if you look at it, we are running at a deficit. If you they export more and import less, you they run at a surplus. Because now when you get surplus, now you they export. But if we don't even take care of locally, then how can we import? And I will tell you, say the rest they can at the country, Iboku, the last time they don't want Taki, where the shipload of rest, then say this and 2 weeks someone I they take, they don't. So it means say the consumption habits of which Sierra Leoneans say these are things that we need to address.
Okay.
So for go straight to you, what to say, they have done their bits of discussion, but I believe say we still get a lot more for whole government accountable for. Now government responsible for make laws. Now government responsible for make things happen at the country. If you don't make these laws, who will obey? When they talk about promoting local content, we don't even get to farmers markets now. That farmer, if they produce something the way something in the village no more. There was a time I go with Dr. Kefala Mara. That's in the Abide College. That's in the Abide Chief of Staff in the State House. He came to go Kabbalah. For the very first time I go Kabbalah, I see the production rate of Kabbalah. When you go to fruit stand, then they produce a lot of fruits than they actually able to consume. But most of them are not in each fruit. They go debt work. It's not good. Now, almost people that they go there. And Kabbalah self like one thing. Kabbalah not near water. They not get fish. So most of them are beef that they produce. The few people that they do fish farming there, you find out say these people are making a lot of money at the end of the day. Those kind of fish and they produce kakabele. Meanwhile, with the free toyaso, they eat all kind of fish. And if you want to do inter-regional trade, like Awampul Common Fruit on Anka and Goyanda, do you have the network for that? So when they talk about even agribusiness, these are initiatives that we are on the work on for a while. Agribusiness means that the business aspect of agriculture. For produce is one. How do you get it to the final consumer? How am I able to produce for let you buy for me? For let this man buy for me? That is where the business aspect of agriculture comes into play. But we don't take these things seriously. We need to take our very much high. So now that make, as I stand on in previous points, the hands of our economy is with the foreigners. Because now they control, waiting for do. And price control mechanism no good day if we're not able to produce something for local controller. Because if I'm a businessman, definitely now wait our answer.
Yeah, but I get something where I want come inside. Like how you talk, I agree with you. Now we produce oil. Before now, we get imported oil, cooking oil, vegetable oil. Yeah. And later, you can't get local content where they produce your oil, vegetable, cooking oil. But the irony is, the same way they import oil come to Sierra Leone, the price was better and cheaper compared to the now when they produce the oil. This is really, they beat me imagination.
It comes back to what you talk about, taxation. So if that businessman, they do business, so you don't see what make they talk, say government gets a role for play.
Yeah. Now,
if you make the taxes high.
The taxes are very high.
Yeah.
But the other problem added to that, now the thief too. The thief too boku.
You mean when you talk about
The thief, the
what
one
you
day
mean
where they collect the taxes.
So you don't see
People, because every year NRA they tell we say that they beat them target. So if una they meet una target, why the constraint for money in this country?
And I
now because
accountability
few they
to
come
play.
again, few they come, the thief will couple. You they see somebody just they start for work on the NRA within 5 years, you don't get a lot of largesse, a lot of property. Where is this law where they tell you to unexplained wealth? That draw the ACC into operation. So the role of the opposition, not only for say, for target Madabio, but even the state institutions.
But then the institutions, again, they're part of what we call the executive.
They are part of the executive.
So
yes.
you don't see what we can talk, say, every facet of society gets a role for playing. When they talk about so many issues there, but let me even look at we own mindset. I remember an Esbaiko Maka with the attitudinal and behavioral change. Almost why we don't change, actually.
Because these changes for start
from the top.
From the top.
So
until only the talk now just a wishy-washy. Because when you be a leader, now you for be the role model in a society. If you not be the role model, then society could go haywire. This is the problem where we they get. Starting with we, the politicians. We, the politicians, that we first get forget the integrity, we get forget be very honest, we no say that one salon we get. Then the others go replicate what we they do.
So integrity and honesty.
It's lacking in a society.
Now, let's come to the accountability aspect. Integrity and honesty. Well, you as a opposition party leader, you see that in this current government?
Integrity
and
honesty.
Yes.
It is far. It is totally far. It is totally far.
All right.
Whether our stretcher, whether na the executive, whether na the legislature, whether na the judiciary, every facet we add on them so it don't broken. The integrity no day, the love for country no day, the honesty no day, na it make we dey suffer as it is so. So we the leaders, more especially the political side, if we correct, Sierra Leone go correct. But if we want amass wealth for we self, definitely the country go go.
You go agree say people that they tell una the opposition say una they under the influence of brown envelope. You go agree with that, sir?
Very sad. Very sad. Yes, there are some people who go there under brown envelope.
NDA not under brown envelope?
The NDA will never and ever be under brown envelope.
The third force.
If the third force be there under brown envelope, this way are the talk, so I know for talk that day at all. I know for talk.
When I continue to stay with we this now Unity Morning Show, as time done the beats we go try for go back to AKK for like give solution or like provide solution to all the activities there where the opposition and a senior government lecturer don't levy on the ruling government. We try for reach out to them. Unfortunately, they no give representative for make it come. So AKK, you don't hear the discussion at the studio. Waiting are your impression to it currently?
Come again, please.
The discussion at the studio don't indicate say the ruling government they not get integrity, they are not accountable. Honest. As an opposition, formidable one, waiting at some of the solutions where you go get towards this way the NDA chairman don't levied on the government.
Okay. Joining words with the current representative for NDA, apologies because I don't call him by exact name. We want to remind SLPP and whosoever will believe in the SLPP, but make them know that sovereignty belongs to the people. Make them believe say if they didn't state house today as a result of democracy, because we believe say democracy is the try. Make them not stagnate democracy. May not go against the will of the majority of Sierra Leoneans. We will continue for say the way forward 90. With the composed research.
AKK, hold it right there. You cannot listen to yourself whilst you are talking, please. Can you go off the Facebook, please, so we can hear you properly? Please,
I'm not getting you.
Yeah, go ahead now, sir. We can hear you properly.
Okay. What I am saying is this. I want to remind the SLPP and all its revert supporters that sovereignty belongs to the people. And you must not take sovereignty away from the people. Let the will, the aspiration of Sierra Leoneans be reflected in every decision of government. Because this point in time, this time around, the APC is ready to stand against the SLPP. Any attempt to deny the majority of Sierra Leoneans their will. We are not saying the APC to make decisions. No. But we, the APC, will continue to pledge and promise the people of this country that whatever the majority of Sierra Leoneans say, we will stand by that one. We will defend that one with our sweat and our blood. It's no longer going to be business as usual. We like what President Bio did at the UN General Assembly. He represented Sierra Leone adequately and aptly. And he's now been given different mantles of responsibility. And that signals some amount of significant progress for democracy. So therefore, I say and I repeat that must be reflected on ground in Sierra Leone.
So what solution,
Let
Honorable
him listen to the people.
AKK, what solution can you provide? Waiting at the solution and where you go provide as time done the beat with, sir?
The solution is this. Let us engage. Let us sit on the round table. Let us agree to disagree. And let us always allow the decision of the majority of Sierra Leoneans be reflected. That is the way forward.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, Barrister AKK. Like I say, we're always happy for getting at the studio, and we hope for get you with him next week for joining at the studio for talk more on some of their issues there. So we want to bring you some of the messages them inside from the Facebook page. I want to bring you this one. This they come up from Cartagena. It talks say this NDA representative is very intelligent and mature, and they target issues, not to the personality. For now, Mr. AKK, he care for the people, but when he can have power, they just care about, they care about the people. But when he can have power, they forget what the same people and them they talk about with Sabiuna. This one come from Munda Rogers, now send that message there. Politicians then we continue the same, they all care for themselves and their family there. Munda Rogers, now send that message there, na the program. Albert Sidiki Sama say politicians they always see problem when they're in opposition. All right, the last one I go read it for now. Say good morning, Unity Broadcasting. Good morning, sir. I will be watching live from Germany. Say I want to continue for educate the people. Is there any message?
All right, I get 4 messages we can, but I go read just 2. The other 2 are not good for we platform. Dr. Moinina. Congratulations, kudos. You are a real, true Sierra Leonean. Why take the path of just government and you did not elaborate on what the opposition wants you to say? It is never clear if the opposition is not involved in the studio. By the way, why did the SLPP dodge this good interview? I am enjoying it. NDA chairman, you are really matured, but do you think your government is ready to come to power? I see that you are in line with the LCPP more. For you to say 60-40, sorry, sir, I disagree 100% with you. You should have given them a percentage of, even 20 to me is big. but let's just say 20 for the sake of humanity. At least the education is there, and we are seeing a little bit of light for now. Thank you, Unity Broadcasting. I really applaud you guys. My perception about you have started changing from today. I hold you all to high esteem. Kudos to you, Elizabeth. Suma, Suma, Suma. You are my man from Port Loko. Your great boy, Abdul. All right, so we go just read into the other two way come. I'm not going to read that, not good for the platform, and we report with studio guests then. So now we don't get that. Do we still have AKK on the line? All right, so AKK, that's not the comments that we can waiting at you last word towards that why to the wrap up.
Hello, AKK. AKK, are you there?
All right, while it's waiting for AKK, we'll go start it, Barry. Waiting at your impression
Okay,
about. Okay.
So AKK, one of the things we one person say now with Facebook page now that opposition party then sabi the problem when they're in opposition, but when they come na power, they not sabi the problem how for solve them. What's your take?
I want to say this, if I not lie, I understand proudly and boastfully, the APC now we don't provide leadership in this country for the longest time. And so therefore, significantly and principally, all the things that were in this salon, if not all, but majority in the APC make them. So we know the problem. So not only they solve the problems from the outside, when we come, we fix them. What we do in our governance, Sierra Leone was one of the fastest growing economies. What we do in our governance, and they will make U buildings. What we do in our governance, and they will make Saka Stevens Stadium. From where SFPP can apart and they renovate, and 8 years they go to 30 years not for renovating. Now what we do in our power, Gibo Mini Stadium. Now what we do in our power, will reduce the issue of road network in this country. We connect Sierra Leone to Guinea. We connect Sierra Leone to Liberia. We count energy in this country. We incur a system in this country where Sierra Leone be nicknamed the darkest city in this country, in the world. We change that situation. We come in this country, we meet the same, they sing that the charge and order and sing say anti-corruption. Now dog with the back, we know the best. Now we begin to make anti-corruption the best. We come in this country, we meet teacher and they pay 250,000 loans. Okay. We raise that from 250,000 to 600,000 minimum wage. We're able to buy 1 bag rice or 2 bag rice from your salary.
All right.
So the rest will be 150, 175.
All right. Because I'm afraid, AKK, because of time. In 1 second.
Hello.
Yes, AKK, I'm afraid because of time. That is why we hope for getting next week in the studio. Hello, AKK.
And please, this is very sensitive. We know the shout from the outside. We know how to fix the problem.
Okay.
And the people of this country are ready to give us a second chance or another chance.
All right. Thank you.
Provide that leadership, no can solve this problem. That would change Sierra Leone from being a narcotic state, a place where I safe haven for drug lords, for make Sierra Leone a place again for where people can get confidence in and for can do business.
All right. Thank you so much, Abdul Karim Kamara Esquire, member of the APC media team. One for Tei Tenki, AKK, one for Tei Tenki will join in next week, or you join in at the studio next week. That can to Sheriff, who they run out of time. Now, you agree to that text today. We talk say when I sabi the problem, they want the opposition. But when I can power and not sabi solve the problem then. Quick one in 1 sentence.
Yeah, let me answer that question. We in the NDA as opposition, we get what we call we kitchen cabinet. In other words, we get the shadow cabinet. Now, for instance, all government ministries, we serve equally cater in the NDA setup. We Secretary of Information, we other parties that can call PRO. So they train them how to take governance so that immediately when we assume power, we need a crack with brains again.
Okay.
So in every facet, we train with membership, with executive, because we know say now the government is waiting. So we no handicap in that area at all. So And I strongly believe human being are not static at all, a dynamic. Because of the marathon of sufferings of Sierra Leoneans, they strongly believe, say, the alternative government now for this country, not the NDA party.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor.
Well, I want to tell all man thank you because I'm not getting any direct question you can to me.
Yes.
I just want
Compliment,
for let we know see governance na a process, not to one bus stop. We did continue for look at pitfalls and try for address them. You know, if we model governance after some particular countries, we go miss them because the context is different. All man get what they solve at this point in time. So I just want for let the Sierra Leoneans and stay put that we all get rule for play for all government accountable. End of the day, if Salon better or Salon sweets, that we all get to enjoy. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, Sierra Leoneans, we tell una plenty thank you. Now, so we go end the Unity Morning Show. Plenty thank you. So we studio guests then we come. Una we not able to read una text messages. We apologies, but we go try for answer at the comments section. So the Sierra Leone People's Party will be reach out to them. They're not able to give any representative. We go come answer to this claim with studio guests then. Whatever they say here remains purely and solely their voices, not the voice of view of Unity Broadcasting. That's all go end the morning show. My name na Elizabeth Kefue Gembe.
And me, na Yusuf Mosi Suma. Boku thank you to the man behind the camera, we na Alfred Power, and the technical team head, we na David Harding. We producer for this edition, na Suleiman Jallo, one for wishing all the best and a lovely Friday morning. Good morning, assalamu alaikum.
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. For developments now we come to unify, sensitize, and inform we all. For developments now we nation Salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. For developments now we come to unify, sensitize, and inform we all. For developments now we nation Salon. We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform.